David Axelrod and Rahm Emanuel going on the morning programs on Sunday to fight back against Fox News. And here we have some very encouraging developments. We're going to show you clip number 5 here first. Axelrod's with Stephanopoulos on ABC, and Emanuel, the chief of staff, of course, is on CNN with John King. Let's watch.
Are you worried that your strategy is fortifying your enemy?
Well, I don't. I'm not concerned. Mr. Murdoch has a talent for making money, and I understand that their programming is geared toward making money. The only argument Anita was making is that they're not really a news station. If you watch, it's not just their commentators, but a lot of their news programming. It's really not news. It's pushing a point of view. And the bigger thing is that other news organizations like yours ought not to treat them that way, and we're not going to treat them that way. We're going to appear on their shows. We're going to participate, but understanding that they represent a point of view.
I'm trying to get behind the curtain and understand why your White House has decided that it is in its interest to have this boom with our rival, Fox News. Anita Dunn, one of your staff, calls it the communications director, the wing of the Republican Party. Why?
Well, no, it's not so much a conflict with Fox News, but unlike, I suppose, the way to look at it and the way the president looks at it and we look at it is, it's not a news organization so much as it has a perspective, and that's a different take. And more importantly, is not have the CNNs and the others in the world basically be led in following Fox, as if what they're trying to do is a legitimate news organization.
Oh, God, that is music to my ears. How long have we been saying that on the Young Turks? They're not a legitimate news organization. They have every right in the world to exist. In fact, they could be a part of a healthy conversation in the country, as long as they are not misleading people, as long as they don't do false advertising and say that they are straight news, unbiased news, fair and balanced reporting in journalism. That is a joke. And I'm partly amazed, although I've seen it long enough that I shouldn't be amazed, that John King asked the question of, I'm trying to find out why you guys are doing this. Golly gee willikers, John. Could it be because Fox News has started every single attack against the Obama White House, and while Obama was running against John McCain, that they were the ones who started it and had it spread to CNN and MSNBC and ABC, et cetera, et cetera? Could that have something to do with it? Could it be that it's incredibly obvious that Fox News is partisan and does not do, quote unquote, straight journalism, and that might be against the interests of a progressive president? And could it be, John, it's because misinformed people, you see, I pulled back an insult there, a little bit of restraint on the Young Turks. Misinformed people such as yourself and oftentimes your network follow the lead of Fox News Channel to the great detriment of the news and the American people. For example, when in 2000, the election of 2000, Fox News Channel was the first to call the election for George W. Bush. And the person they had in charge of calling the election was his cousin. That is literal. George Bush's cousin called the election for Fox News and said, oh no, George Bush won. And within minutes, the rest of the news stations, including CNN, panicked and said, okay, George Bush wins. We don't want to be late to Fox News. We want to be quicker than Fox. Sure, yes, George Bush wins. And that only wound up changing history. Look, you got to give it to Fox News. They're very clever, and they know how to manipulate the news, and they get that it's smart to pretend to be neutral so people take you more seriously.